The house Negro does not believe in a free black population anywhere on this planet. To him, a free black population is an absolute absurdity. The house Negro has adopted the views of white men relative to how white people view black people. Now, you may think that the house Negro is just the average person on the street, the, your average low echelon kind of person. Well, in some cases, that's true. But the house Negro is often found in the highest places of government. In America, for example, the house Negro may be president, such as Barack Obama. Remember now, Barack Obama, during his administration, bombed an African country because Barack Obama held the same view of Africa as his white masters. There'll be senators. You'll find them in the House of Representatives. And you will also find them in the military. Some of them will obtain high rank in the military. But his view of black people never changes. And he gets his view of black people from his white masters. You can see this when it comes to this Marine Corps General, Michael Langley, who wants to take out the president of Burkina Faso, a black country, Ibrahim Traore. Now, you may ask yourself the question, why does this black general want to take out the president, a black man who is the president of a sovereign nation? Why does he want to do this? This man, Michael Langley, is not simply just following orders. He is one of those house Negroes that I've said does not believe in a free black anything anywhere on the planet. He does not believe that black people should be walking around this planet without white supervision. That's his mentality. He actually thinks a black president without white supervision is an absurdity. In his mind it is. And allowed to do so, he will take out Ibrahim Traore, or at least try to. Now, going back to Barack Obama and his bombing of Libya, I find it interesting that the Black American has not said one word about this. And in most cases, the Black American hasn't said anything about General Michael Langley trying to take out Ibrahim Traore. Not one word, in most cases. So what are we dealing with here? We tend to think of the house Negro as just one person, serving one or a few white people. But recently I've come to the realization that the house Negro, can also be a population of millions. A population of millions living in a white-controlled society and country like America. The African-American population, for the most part, in my opinion, is a population of the house Negro. Millions of house Negroes. We tend to think of the house Negro in a plantationish kind of sense. You had the field Negroes who worked in the field. The house Negro worked in the house with the master, and he had better food, and he dressed better. Okay. Now, the African American is today's house Negro. This is why you hear the anti-Africa sentiments coming from them. They view the Africans as the field Negroes and view themselves as the house Negroes. And it is true, they do live better than the Africans. The Black Americans have the 24-hour-a-day running water, 24-hour-a-day electricity, 24-hour-a-day food availability, and all modern-day technologies. Most of that is not available in Africa. Most parts of Africa does not have 24-hour-a-day electricity, 24-hour-a-day running water, 24-hour-a-day food availability. They don't have that. But instead of the Black American asking himself, how can we get that over there? He uses that as an excuse to say he's not African, he's an American, and generally looks down on the Black population of Africa. That is typical house Negro mentality. I'm in the house, you're in the field, and I'm better than you. This is what they're saying. So the house Negro is not just one singular person living in this house with the master, while the slaves is out in the field. When you see the African American population, you're looking at a large group of house Negroes who lives in the house called the United States of America.